It's slim pickings this week in terms of quality new Kickstarter campaigns, so let's take a look at an older campaign today. That campaign is, and I'm surprised I haven't done this one sooner, is Iron Tides. We've written extensively about this campaign over at Clickus.com, and I even did an interview with one of the developers of the game, Karina Kalm. Iron Tides is a genre mashup of survival, exploration, and tactical turn-based combat, all with roguelike elements thrown in just for good measure. The world is procedurally generated and everything in it wants you dead. You play as a Viking chieftain though, with a group of Viking warriors there to back you up. And that's where a lot of the strategy of the game comes in. You can't go into this game alone and expect to instantly win, you have to rely on your people. You have to treat them well too, because if you don't, you could be facing a mutiny. The two key pillars of this game are exploration and combat, both designed to equal each other out, if that makes sense. Kind of. The combat is fast-paced and frantic, and where you position your troops and when you attack can mean life or death. There's a unique resource you'll use in combat called the Fury, which dictates how your battles progress. The Kickstarter page describes it as an action point system that you'd expect to find in a typical RPG. The Fury points can be used to activate special abilities, and are replenished after each turn. Placement of your fellow Vikings matters though, as you'll get more Fury depending on how close they are to each other. At the same time, traversal through the game world, done in a boat in a big ocean sunless sea style, is more of a slow, grueling grind, but a good kind. You have to gather resources and feed your troops, making sure you have enough food, water, and weapons to keep the venture going. You have to find plenty of treasure too. You aren't doing this journey just for the fun of it, you're doing it to get rich. If your soldiers start dying or you run out of food in the middle of the ocean with nothing to show for yourself, you can expect to have a hard time of it to say the least. But it's not all doom and gloom. You can return home, Nordhaven, whenever you like, so you can stockpile your treasure and resupply. But Nordhaven is far away, and returning means enemies could respawn in places you've already been, and you might run out of supplies on the journey home. Is it worth risking all the loot you've collected just to get a little more food for the journey home? Or will you be too afraid of dying and just decide to go home then? Developer Crashwave Game is promising a lot, but they seem to know what they're doing. When I spoke to Kalm, she told me a little bit about her and the team's background. My own background is in design and analysis, she told me, in which I use numbers to balance and provide foresight and validation in my own work. As far as her partner, Sam Rasky, he developed Facebook games for years at Eastside Games, which is where the two met. Between the two of them, Kalm tells me they have 14 years of experience in the industry, and that's why they're so confident. Crashwave also worked with Square Enix as part of the Square Enix Collective, which enabled fans to get an early look at the Kickstarter campaign and give some suggestions. Apparently most of the feedback was pretty positive. Right now, Iron Tides is sitting at $10,499 of its $14,196 goal, with 5 days to go, at least at time of recording. When I first heard about this Kickstarter, I thought it was going to find easy success, but that hasn't been the case, unfortunately. I guess I'm not doing so good at predicting these things, with Court of the Dead being cancelled and Omen XZTO still not being funded yet. Maybe I'm bad luck or something. But don't just take my word for it. There's a great demo available on the Kickstarter page so you can try it yourself. This is where we play the Reading Rainbow bit of music. Da-da-da!